Hey there, thank you for joining me. You are watching Be the Boss of Your Money. I'm Mitch. This is my live stream. I'm here every Monday through Thursday. This is your place to learn about personal finance, investing, business strategy, and all those wonderful financial topics that fall under those umbrellas. But personal finance is really the name of the game: investing, planning, wealth management. What does this mean to you? What should it mean to you? You might notice that the camera angles are a little bit different, and I am really working my hardest to bring you the best possible quality show, and that's what we're doing today. So I'm using new cameras that I have never used for a live stream before. Uh, I'm using a different audio, even though it's the same Shure MV7 mic, which I love, and I really enjoyed using it on the USB input. It is also an XLR mic. That means it's connected instead of directly into the computer. It's connected to a mixing board. The mixing board is connected to a switcher, and the switcher allows me to talk to you like this. And now I can talk to you like this, face to face, and maybe change the angles a little bit, upgrade the show, invest in it, bring in some new technologies, and overall just make for a better streaming experience. And there's other things they'll be able to do, like share screens and all the other, you know, all the other things that I'm looking to do to bring this live stream to. I'm bringing it to a whole new level. It's something I've been talking about, bringing the live stream to a whole new level. I've invested a lot of time and money and effort into bringing the stream up to a new level, and I want to start focusing on, like, innovations, how to invest in innovative companies, innovative ETFs, things like that. It's also about personal finance and financial planning and legal things and tax things. So all of these things are part of it. But today I'm just going to do a quick rundown, because this is what we do on Thursdays. Thursdays are like my briefest show for the live stream, the briefest day. And that's because we get into, and I know the camera is a little on an angle, this camera right here, but that's because I have to buy a new ball mount for the stand that it's on. So just all these little things that you think about. I could have waited till next Monday to test all this equipment out, but I'm like, you know what? I bought it. I learned how to use it. I watched enough YouTube videos for my eyes to fall out, and I really want to put this stuff to the test. So I'm really excited about it. I love the new equipment. I'm going to do a whole tour, and just to give you an idea of what I'm looking at, let me run the quick intro, and then we're going to get into the market, and I'll show you a couple of the things that I'm working on right now. So this is going to be a quick one today. Here we go. All right, we're back. I'm just going to give you a quick idea of what this means. Okay, I'll do the quick. Wait, hold on. All right, that's what I want to see. Okay, so I'm going to show you something. This is going to be a little wobbly, but do you see this? This is the new. This is the Mackie Pro FX 10 V3 mixing board, and you see this is the XLR, which goes into from my mic, and then it goes into, this is called an ATM Mini, and this is a switcher. So just with just a push of a button, it's basically flawless, and that is an effect that I've been looking for, so I could do something like this. Okay, you see that? So I'll put this down here, and I just want to make the show and make it more interesting and change angles and do all these nice things. So let's take a quick look at the share screen, and eventually the way I share screen now is not even going to be the same next week. So this is like all new technology, and I'm having a lot of fun. Jerry, I see you're out there. Good to see you, buddy. Thank you very much for joining me. Are you back in New York yet? Are you still in the Sunshine State? Let me know where you are. Let me know where you're coming from. All right. So we'll just take a quick look here. All right, there we go. We're sharing the screen. So you can see here, after hitting record yesterday, we did touch new records in the major averages today, but then stocks bounced, dipped ever so slight off their highs of the day. So the Dow off barely, S&P up a drop, NASDAQ up a drop, well, more than a drop, up a 0.5%. Russell 2000 off about 1%. But the VIX continues to come down. And you're seeing kind of a little bit of a reversal from the last few days where you're seeing technology stocks take the helm. And if you recall, one of the things that we've been talking about here on Be the Boss of Your Money, because I want you to be the boss of your money, is that we're going to see a seesaw, a back and forth between work from home, stay at home tech stocks and the economically sensitive stocks, reopening, economy reopening, post-pandemic stocks. And that's just what we're seeing. I think the rally in economically sensitive stocks like financials and industrials was huge. I mean, it was just huge the last month and a half, the last month. And today that trade looks a little tired. I'm not saying you should give up on it. I'm saying that you should own both. You should be diversified, not just go in work from home, stay at home stocks or all industrial stocks, for example. It's really a matter of having both of them. The tech stocks certainly reasserted themselves yesterday in a position of leadership, and they continue to do that. Okay, so yeah, switched angles again. You see that? I'm over here. Hey, okay, hey. So those are the things we're looking at. So the work from home, stay at home stock trade is obviously not dead. And I don't think we're going to have, I think, a strong economy in the second half of the year when enough people get vaccinated. And that's what I'm looking for. We've been talking about that theme, that we're going to get back to, when enough people are vaccinated, we get back to a stronger economy. The economy starts to gain some steam. We've got a ton of stimulus coming out. We've got a ton of stimulus already in the pipeline. And then what that means is the economy starts to really gain some strength in the second half of 2021. We'll have to see if it's enough to push up inflation substantially above the Fed's inflation target. Okay. So that's where we are here. I see a few people out here and I just want to say hello. Jerry, you are back. All right, good that you're back. Good to see you, my friend. So Jerry is back. You are so back, man. And good to see you, my friend. Nice high-tech new toys. You know it, buddy. Listen, you were in this business at one time, especially audio and video, right? That was your thing. So following in your footsteps. All right. So let's move on a little bit. The FANG stocks had a huge rally yesterday, basically on the back of Netflix's incredible earnings. Netflix, as many hundreds of billions of dollars as that company is worth, it still managed to be up 18% in one day yesterday. Gave back a tiny bit today, $6, big deal. But the stock is pushing $600, and the rest of them all had pretty decent days. Apple assaulting new highs soon, right? It looks like it's ready. Facebook back in the 270s, and everybody's worried about the the Department of Justice possibly investigating Facebook, breaking up the company, and now the stock is trading back up. It's going to be really tough to see what happens regulatory wise with these companies, and my ability to predict regulations are as good as the next person. So I don't get excited. And someone asked me about, I have lots of people that ask me about these stocks, and I will say to you, I'm not selling anything. Notwithstanding these stocks, I'm just, as a general rule, I'm not selling anything right now because of a Department of Justice investigation or possible breakup. Those are not reasons. If you take a look at some of the FANG M stocks, like the ones on the screen, if they were to break up, you could possibly have even greater value if these companies were to break up. Imagine if Facebook had to split off WhatsApp and Instagram into separate companies. Everybody would have different companies. People get excited. Yes, you can't maybe work them as closely together as possible for commingling the data they collect about you for advertising, but I still think they would do a great job with the technology that they have. So let's move on a little bit. Reopening stocks. Planet Fitness continues to move higher. People want to get back to the gym. Marriott, Carnival, these stocks have backed off a little bit as of late. Southwest was a good deal higher today, but they're backing off just because they've had such a strong run lately. We've got a few different strains of COVID circulating around the world right now. President Biden, I have to get used to saying that. President Biden spoke today about their COVID plan. They spoke about marshaling federal resources, using military drugstores, everything. His message was this: it's like, I don't care, if you're what community you're in, where you are. Let's all wear a mask for the next 100 days. That could save over 50,000 lives. Every state is going to have their own point of contact at the federal government to really help coordinate and speed things up, because it's just been a mess the way the vaccine rollout has been so far. So they've put, the Biden administration has put together a whole new plan. Let's see how it goes. And President Biden was very straightforward. He said, he said, we'll make mistakes along the way, but we'll act quickly to correct them. We'll own up to them, act quickly to correct them. And he thinks we're still in the dark winter of the pandemic. We could see another 100,000 deaths. That's a pretty blunt assessment. Hopefully he's overly negative, but we're going to see. But I think that kind of certainty and that kind of feeling of having somebody so blunt and who is really going to focus on this problem, I think is calming the nerves of not just investors, but pretty much everybody. I think everybody just wants to get this vaccine rolled out and get back to something new, or the new normal. I've been talking to a lot of people about this stuff. Are we going back to the way things were? I think not. We'll talk more about that in a minute. Technology stocks rocked and rolled. Consumer discretionary, communications. What was at the bottom? Industrials, energy, building materials, financials. All right. So you see the economically sensitive stocks were the worst performers today, where they've been the best performers for a while. This is just a seesaw pattern between, economically sensitive stocks and growth stocks. That's what we're seeing. I'm going to stop sharing the screen right now. Working with my new toys. All right, so that's really the story for the week. It's just a back and forth thing. So we have the election, and I'm wondering if there's a little. Just listen to this. I think this is important. I wonder if there's a little sell on the news event taking place where, okay, we've got the new president, we've gotten past the false challenges to the election, and we are getting some distance from that horrible event, which was just a week and a day ago, when the Capitol was assaulted, invaded. So we're just getting past that. By the way, the stock market hit a record high that day, but I feel like now that it's buying the rumor, selling the news, and now that we've got the news of the administration, of things a little getting back to normal and maybe a little bit more equanimity, that is maybe we've gotten to that point, and now maybe it's a sell in the news event. I don't think a massive sell on the event kind of thing taking place in the market. It's just that a lot of the good news is factored in, and now we're going to really have to see how the pandemic is handled. And I don't really expect any major breakouts or anything over the very near term until we actually get some real results. And President Biden said it's going to take a couple of months to get results. We're not just going to marshal resources today and have everything done tomorrow. It's a big undertaking, and that was his assessment. All right, we've got a few other peeps out there. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Thank you so much for joining me. Maddie, thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate that. So we'll be back next week with full notes, and I'll be more of a schedule. Today was kind of like a hectic day, and believe it or not, when I do these live streams, it's not like I'm preparing the whole day to do the live stream. I'm working right up till 4:30. And then I just hit live. It's not like I'm just like spending, hours a day preparing just for a live stream. It's just, I finish up my day and then I hit the live stream button and talk to you about what I'm seeing, what's going on in the market, what's going on in personal finance, and what's going on, with all of that, investing tips, etc. So that's what the show is about. I thank you for your time. I want to make it valuable every day. And that's another thing. That's why I'm making such a big investment in the new technology. Okay. I'll see you soon. I'm going to end the broadcast. Thank you very much for joining me.